This is just a really quick movie just to talk to you about the mock-up testing write-up. Some quick things. First of all, headline, 17th of October. Secondly, we're looking for about 1,000 words. That's 1,000 words minimum, not maximum, please. That's important. Thirdly, bullet points are perfectly acceptable. I like bullet points. Please do it in bullet points. It makes it really speedy to read. Fourthly, this document can be a sound recording if you want. You can do it as an on-screen cast. Fifthly, and this is very important, if you created a focus group, can you please include a CD copy or recording of your discussion? The examiner will not accept any work that is not a CD recording. Okay, next, the actual write-up itself is divided up into 4 sections. Part 1, very quickly, is the methodology section. What I'm interested in there is how you tested your mock-up. Did you use a questionnaire? Did you use a focus group? Why did you do that as well? Did you choose that methodology because it gave you qualitative or quantitative information? Maybe you chose an online survey because your target audience are very au fait with technology and they like technology and you were more likely to get some responses from them. Next, part 2, what you do there is you just kind of simply identifying the questions that you asked, okay, and give me a very brief explanation of why. Don't go overboard on this part 2 section. Part 3 and 4, this is the most important stuff here, okay? Part 3 is an analysis of your results. So, if you did a questionnaire, what I'd like to see is that all your results are put into graphs, and accompanying each graph there is a 2 or 3 sentence discussion that explains what the graph is about and its significance. So for instance, you might kind of say something like, in this graph, it's clear that 50% of my target audience enjoyed the language style in option A, 50% enjoyed the language style in option B. Okay, so you look at about 2 or 3 sentences for that. Part 4 is your conclusions. Now, I want this to be your biggest section, folks, and I've said a word limit of 300 words. That's a minimum word limit, not a maximum word limit. What I'm interested in here is how is your mock-up testing? How is it actually advanced your mock-up? What does it mean in terms of your language style? Are you going to use active language? Are you going to use first-person narration? Why are you going to do that? Are you going to use third-person narration? Are you going to use mal-taboo, non-taboo? What's your text-to-image ratio going to be like? I'm interested in your image style as well. Again, is it going to be active? Is it going to be passive? Is it going to be studio-based? Is it going to be comical? Is it going to be serious? Is it going to be light? What's your layout style going to be like? How many columns are you going to use? What are you doing in terms of layout? Are you making an explosive layout, a very still and static layout? It's going to look very Karangi or very NME. Are you going to use lots of textured backgrounds like Company Magazine do? What does it mean for your fonts? Did you do some experimentation with your fonts? Are you going to use a specific font family? Why? What does that connotate? What does that say to your target audience? What colours are you using? What colour palettes are you going to create? What's the connotations of that colour palette? Lastly, and this is probably the most important bit, what's the brand identity you're going to create for your product? So as a result of doing these experiments, you should now know a little bit more about, does your product want to be technological? Does it want to be girly? Does it want to be innocent or experienced? Does it want to be serious or comic in tone? What's going to be the brand identity of it? Okay, good luck with that, folks. Remember, we're looking at about 1,000 words minimum. Okay, and if you've got any problems, email me at mdixon.qliz.ac.uk. Good luck. Bye-bye.